Alright, so in today's video, I'm going to be rating my FNAF plush collection, so let's get into it. I'm going to start off with Ruined Moon, and I really like this plush. I got this one for Christmas. It's got a nice design. I'll hold them up right here, actually. It's got a nice design to it. I would say for the design, it's 8 out of 10. Although, I'm not a big fan of this leg. But it has a really nice design, and I like the hat. And the materials they use for it is really nice. Like, I think they use cloth for this. It's a really nice plush, and it's the new one from the Security Breach Ruin. So yeah, this one is a 8 out of 10. Next, moving on to my favorite plush that I have is Santa Freddy. I got this one a little bit before Christmas, not last year, but the year before that one in 2023. I picked it up from a collectible store. It's really nice. For the overall design, it's a 10 out of 10 because it's Santa Freddy. It's Freddy Santa. He's got a Santa hat on. It's one of my favorites in my collection. Well, it is my favorite in my collection, and I'm savoring this one forever. Alright, on to the next one is Fun Time Freddy and Bonbon. This one is a little bit messy and kind of a little bit dusty and stains. It's about a 7-year-old plush that I've had for 7 years. It did look really good when I got it. And I might need to get a new one. But I'm gonna keep this one for a second. When it wasn't all dusty like this, the design was definitely a 9 out of 10 for me because I loved how they did this plush at the time. I think they could do more now with current designs like this. But this one's a very cool design. I'm gonna have to give it. I would say I'd give it a 6 now, but when it was actually repaired and looking good, I'd give it an 8 or a 9 out of 10 because it has a really nice design on it. Although it is getting old now, but my favorite part about it is this. So move on to the next one. So for the next one is Toy Bonnie, and again, I've had this one for a while. I'd say 5 years now, or longer than that. I think I'm not sure. I had way more. I remember. I had Freddy, Mangle. I think they all got lost when I was moving from my old location to a new location to this location, and I lost a lot of them. But for the overall design, I really like the blue on it, and I quite like the design, although the rabbit face is weird. Now, this is an official one, so this is not like one I picked up from a random store. I had Springtrap somewhere, but it's a knockoff from somewhere, which is really fun. Which is really funny. What is it? I'm not sure. Anyway, for the overall design, I'm gonna give this a 7 out of 10 because I'm not a big fan of the rabbit face, but I really like the blue, the bow tie, and then the ears, which is really nice. They used some good materials for it, and it's one of my favorites. So, well, it's not really one of my favorites. It's got a 7 out of 10, but you know what I mean. So, I'll go on to the next one. Again, this is a very, very old plush. This is, I think, my oldest plush that I have. It's the puppet, and it is very, very dusty. And I can just go under the mask. Yeah, it has some tears on it. Because of just it's very old. It's a very basic design. So I'm gonna give it a 7. Just I don't think they could have done more because it's just a marionette design. But it's still a 7 just because it's very basic and it's got rips on it. So this is one that I actually got for Christmas, which is one from the AR, and it's got the tag on it. It's a very cool design. Again, it's new. It's got shards coming out of the head. It's really nice design, and I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10 for the design, just because it's really cool. The materials they used were good, and it's an official AR one, which makes it all the while better. Although there's literally there's nothing in the legs. There's a little bit of tissue, but that's about it. But it's still very cool design, so it gets a 9 out of 10. Just look at that face. It looks really nice. And I got an old one that isn't actually stained. Well, it is a little bit. But it's the original Bonnie. Now, for the overall design for that time, like 8 years ago, maybe even 9, it's got a very, very nice design on it. I like the nose. So I'll give it an 8.5 out of 10 because it's very, very nice. And again, like the puppet, it was a very old design. Although they could have done a little bit more on the mouth, but it's very old. So it gets an 8 out of 10. The ears are really nice, and they used good high quality materials with that on the back. So now I'm on to Tie-Dye Freddy, and unlike its figure that I've got up there, this one actually deserves a 9 out of 10 because it is really nice. The tie-dye plushies are really nice. Same can't be said for the tie-dye figures, but these ones are really nice. I really like the design, the materials they used, this big nose they added. Same with Freddy. I'll give this one a good 9.5 out of 10, just because I don't want it to get the same scores. Santa Freddy. A lot of people don't like the tie. Well, a lot of people that I've seen don't like the tie-dye set in general, but I don't think the plushies are bad at all, apart from that Foxy one. And that one, not the last one. But we're on to Chica now. Again, this is a very, very old one. And it has quite a fairly good design for a Chica plush at that time. And actually, I think it stands up on its own. So it gets bonus points for that. Yeah, for the overall design, they've got it really spot on. I'm gonna give it a 8.6 out of 10. It's got the nice purple eyes. It looks very angry, and it can stand up. It's a little bit higher than Bonnie because yeah, but this one can stand up. I really like that. It's got the bib on it. It's got the bib. Yeah, it's a really nice design. So it gets 8.7 out of 10 or 8.6. Can't remember. And then I'm on to the final one now. Big 24-inch, I think, Nightmare Freddy. Now, this guy will stand up on his own, but he won't fit into the horse. Back a little bit. Anyway, for this guy's design, it's a 10 out of 10 because it's, well, the biggest one that I have in my collection, and it is one of my favorites. It doesn't cap Santa Freddy, but it almost does. It's a 10 out of 10 for the design. It's got the big top hat, and it's just an overall nice plush, and I really like it, and it sits good on my top shelf up there. If I can, it sits good right there. And overall, it is a really nice design. So it gets a 10 out of 10 from me. That's the end of today's video, and I hope you did enjoy. And if you think my ratings are not good, then please put some in the comments. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.